Hey guys, C-Bunny here with a bit of a different video. This is just an update on some of my builds. They are subtle rebuilds of certain areas on each figure that has greatly improved the engineering or flow of transformation, or merely looks to enhance either mode or increase articulation. I figured that none of these builds warranted a proper video of their own because of the subtle changes, so with that, on to the first V2. My first and probably most in dire need of a revamped leg section was my Seeker build. The previous version was lacking a bit of articulation, specifically in the ankle department. The transformation worked well, but I was generally unsatisfied with the result. With the updated version 2, the Seekers now have an ankle tilt and are generally more durable. This leg section meant a full rebuild to not only slim the legs down, but also decrease the size of the stabilizer fins in alternate form. And you can clearly see that on Thundercracker. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this update. It's not exactly good enough for a separate video, which is why it's here. The next V2 is Soundwave. I had several complaints from fellow LEGO Transformer creators suggesting that I redo the head. Not only was there a very iconic detail quite blatantly missing, but it had ruined the vibe of Soundwave to some people. This specific detail being his visor. I ended up developing this new head design using a roller skate piece instead of a snot brick to make the ears. I also used one of these new snot bricks for the neck attachment. Another addition was the jumper plate to the left forearm, just to make it easier for Laserbeak or Buzzsaw to perch. The next V2 is Shockwave. The original version had lacked any solid front and back hip movement, and this was obviously a very important issue and had to be addressed immediately. The only reason I found out about this problem was an attempt to copy the Transformers Are All Dead comic cover. This is remedied by a slightly taller torso section and a brand new thigh design that also happens to be more durable. It doesn't affect the transformation at all and even makes the alternate laser blaster a little bit cleaner looking because of the lack of anti-studs. My final V2 of this video is the Bumblebee / Cliffjumper mold. With working at this 4 wide scale, each build is small enough that I can include an appropriate amount of engineering. Every build except for the mini bots. That's the one reason I've taken so long to get absolutely nowhere in my mini bot collection. I understand that they are some of the most beloved characters, but I've had countless issues with the scale, and I'm not willing to compromise that aspect of my G1 builds. Bumblebee was ironically one of the easier ones, and apparently you guys liked him too. The only issue held with how chubby he was. Now this version doesn't exactly fix that problem, but it does make his articulation, transformation, and alt mode more fun and tolerable. First change was in getting rid of the backpack. The previous version had the rear car wheels attached to the back of the head, which not only hindered his head articulation, but made him quite back heavy for his small stature. I changed this by putting the wheels behind his shoulders and changing the arm design to make that feature happen. I also kept the legs short because of the scale, along with the ankle wheels that translate well enough into vehicle mode. I also made 2 additional accessories, being a microchip and spike. I made Sparkplug with Hound, and I wasn't entirely sure which build to attach the next 2 most important human characters with. Thus, they are paired with Bumblebee. I also left the tutorials for each of the improvements for the V2s at the very end of this video. With that, happy building, and I'll see you in the next video.